as a member of the Knicks, and we are under possession. Luka draws the
on the big guy. I think Gobert is going to be a huge
from the foul line during the regulars for three, and that one comes down. The 15-footer rims this time. Good contest.
42 at 45 against Dallas.
Spins away from LeBron. Cross court Durant.
Your rhythm make you stand around a bit.
Conley out top. You would expect that they would. Well, that
they weren't even close.
For three, got a flyby. Go with the cut and the lay. Sees two. Pardon me.
He's this year than last year, but shooting
went to work. Hachimura for three. Got it.
Getting into the middle of the lane, drawn two, and
navigating that screen by Hayes. Oh, miss and laid it in.
Points per game. That's fifth most in the league.
Finney-Smith checked into the ball game. Luke
defensively, he's giving up so much side.
Step back three. That one comes up. Luka pivoting. Edwards. Daniels picks up LeBron in transition from deep. Laces it. It would be Minnesota having it.
That puts everybody in it.
Guarded by McDaniels.
Good crazy.
And last year, for most of the time against Dallas, out to DiVincenzo for three.
On this team and three-pointers made.
Run little horns out as man, he put him on his backside court.
Yeah, because Gabe Vincent got
say basketball teammates. Edwards is on the perimeter. DiVincenzo with the
OKC, Boston, and Cleveland as he have rebounds.
Doncic just
screener, then he just pops right back out
and slams on the brakes.
Nobody.
As Reed had that
in the lane that they haven't cashed in on.
Raises up and lays it home. That
half court. Anthony Edwards flex.
Edwards steps through and late. Doncic again. That one comes up. Reed for three. Way off hand right now. Alexander the corner. Gabe Vincent. Butter to Alexander Walker from deep.
Way is left, but catch and shoot opportunity.
Smith open from deep.
Right. That can be.
And the reigning six.
The smaller lineup can really spread.
Got Edwards in the air for the foul. He's been great since being acquired in a 9:30 contest between the
his body to try to draw that contact.
So far has not scored. Braun misses up the three. Got his feet set. Come on. Special postseason moments. And being able to get by the drive. Little giant.
We talk about the IQ of Luka Doncic.
Julius Randle going a little bit. Reeves left it short.
Of driving the ball since that left
to Reed for three for the lead. All game for the Timberwolves.
Well, now they're getting
James from deep. Board. Oh, a little muscle ball.
Muscled Austin Reeves down low.
James lobs it up. Hayes couldn't complete it.
Rim protection with him in there.
Right there.
Played his college ball at Washington.
James spins, fires, got it.
I watched LeBron one of his high school games when he was at St. Vincent.
And Doncic, but missed the Luka from the corner pocket three. Boston. They are still doing the Reed staying in front of him. Hayes
cross underneath.
The Los Angeles whistle in a defensive 3-second call than he usually does. Alexander Walker catch and shoot three. Drag screen. Doncic turned the corner. Raises up. Raises up anyway, and it comes
immediately for that open three to Reed.
Joe and go, and Dante lays it in
with challenges, vertical challenges.
Out to the three-point line. The timeout. Hachimura slips out of the
seat set. Is an excellent three-point.
Joe and go. Whistle, foul.
And then he just slows down or
in getting in his
trades. And Will Chamberlain from Philly. Nothing has been quite like Luka.
Fouling. I guess the Lakers have done it extremely cross against Anthony Edwards.
Back to the
tipped up a couple of times. The kick to Reed, and another.
Minnesota has set up a lot of easy opportunities on that penetration.
Edwards raises. Let's let this land on you. Chris Hines beat the king. You can't go over.
He's got the athletic.
A long two is good. DiVincenzo from deep. Randall for three. Got it.
And going off the dribble has
on Doncic. Hachimura one more to James.
Shooting the ball 45% from three.
There's the three. That one. McDaniels commits the foul. Perkins, Udonis Haslem, and Bonds ramp up towards
in the first quarter.
The team comes on the catch.
Get a couple of scores and a
Steves from deep to James. Foul this season. Completes the
period in the NBA.
It still leaves Randall inside. And DiVincenzo with
time for an offensive rebound.
And that was the foul they had to go. Action and DiVincenzo.
Oh! and they outscored the Lakers.
He's it out to McDaniels. The corner three is lead of the ball game for Minnesota. And on the fadeaway.
And the penetration right now is
Connolly back to Edwards. Randall from deep. And they
leads to a wide open three yet.
Goes all the way to the hole. Got it.
For the Lakers. Went after him on the defensive end.
We've seen that certainly carry on here as bench player since Wally Zerbiak.
Ironically in the conference finals.
Near the rim, and you can lob it up to him on this defense.
Edwards, he's open from deep. Got it. Complaining with officials on call. Got it back. Randall and one. From the critics about his pass.
It's been so good, especially the second half.
Pulls the three. 6 from deep. 58. Threw up a shot and got Walker, pardon me, that's McDaniels. We're going to walk down Reeves.
With Randall.
The challenge of James. To pull. And that's
James went for that steal, gambled on it.
Minnesota's leading by 20. Little heat check. Doncic. 40%. Doncic. Little
it up to 40. You should.
Is up inside over Luka for the buck. Good contest, but Luka, this one comes off to Gobert, where it sets his feet. Wet. And disconnected. And
Gobert to get out there, just force the
time. So did this guy, Naz Reid, to the prolific
from the second quarter on. I mean,
Edwards with the extra pass. Reid. Vincent from deep. Raises up inside.
Edwards missed that many of those.
Randall, Naz Reid, late today so far, Julius Randall.
I think
he walked with it that time, a rare turnover. You're saying at least Chris Finch is up. DiVincenzo
has to be.
Puts his shoulder down, put his head
on offense.
DiVincenzo inside with numbers. Alexander Walker really finding his way.
Just so strong. Reeves went for another shot fake.
10-second difference between the DiVincenzo. Vincenzo pulls. Over 17 years of NBA, has to work expeditiously, and
our there's nothing schematically they're doing that's
to start the fourth and final quarter for the Timberwolves. Randall going with the cut inside, jump hook is at the scorers table, and with
locker room for the last I don't know how many minutes.
The lead is down to
like it was going to be a little cross screen.
Back out to a wide open Randall.
And then finding the open man for
Vanderbilt faked the hand back. Didn't see him. Vincent pulls it.
Flex.
And got to get busy. Contested three. He's got 3 today. Doncic has 37 in the game. It's the catch. The step back, gets it back. Pulls the three.
Instead gave it to a teammate and got it back. Defense thrown at him.
Lost the hand. A seamless fit right now with this. James.
Got 2 to Doncic, and then we're able to.
McDaniels.
And I don't think J.J. Redick wants to play
the NBA countdown. Experience, we'll find out. There's down Finney-Smith off the wide act, knocked away. Couple. Kenzo missed a bunch of games early this year with weight in the bottom of his shoe to make traffic. Off the dribble, skip pass. Over to Reid, catch and shoot.
Point last 23 points.
Edwards with the side. Daniels almost had a steal. Hachimura had it. Boom service off the careless pass. End up 2 of the top prospects in the. LeBron off the screen. Get Edwards off the ball temporarily. With his food, pulls the three. Doncic isolated against Daniels. Little side
now. 11 of 13.
Defensive handiwork on Doncic. Frustration etched on the.
And a bunch of step backs.
Eastern time, followed by Warriors Rocket. Well, the reigning Franz Wagner really struggled at that end of the floor
in the second half. And guarding Luka Doncic for a good part of
this is usually very impregnable, but the Edwards text that George Sedano, it was Ant said be Jaden doing his thing.
And for Minnesota, who are and when healthy in October.
And won against the Los Angeles Lakers out.
Yeah, in large part because of Naz Reid.
In this Anthony Ed back from down 20. Minnesota takes game 1.
In fast break points for Minnesota, and they outscored the Lakers play by 18.
Edwards sprays it out to McDaniels. The corner three is 17, and this is the biggest lead of the ball game for Minnesota. caught it instead on the fadeaway.
For that standstill three. And the penetration right now is
Hayes on the hedge. Knocked it away. Connolly back to Edwards. Shot off, got it back. Randall from deep. And they kept
defensive possession with the rebound. That just leads to a wide open three yet.
push. McDaniels all the way to the hole. Got it.
Here's a guy, Austin Reeves, needs to get going for the Lakers. And Minnesota went after him on the defensive end.
That they need to get back to being the aggressors. We've seen that certainly carry on here. As seen off the bench, most in a playoff half by a Wolves bench player since Wally Zerbiak.
The last time these two teams met, ironically, in the conference finals.
But boy, if Rudy Gobert is near the rim and you can lob it up to him, ball has put a ton of pressure on this defense.
Edwards, James sprays it out to Reeves. Open from deep. Got it. Back to his complaining with officials on call. Here, float game comes out. Got it back. Randall and one. Heard the whispers and the murmurs from the critics about his past Timberwolves.
And his decision making has been so good, especially the second half.
They turn over Doncic. Connolly pulls the three at 15 of 26 from deep. 58 by the visitors tonight. James threw up a shot and got Doncic against Alexander Walker. Pardon me, that's McDaniels. Empty out the side for Randall. Going to walk down Reeves.
Might not have hurt as much as the initial contact with Randall.
Edwards taking on the challenge of James. 2 on the shot clock. Hachimura has to pull. And that's
When LeBron James went for that steal, gambled on it.
it's 80-54. Minnesota is leading by 20. Edwards around Reeves. Little heat check. Daniel staying in front of Doncic. Shot about 10 a game and made 40%. Doncic,
Little 39.5%, rounded it up to 40. You should.
McDaniels races up inside over Luka for the buck. Doncic. Good contest, but Luka court. Naz Reid, who was hot in the first half. This one comes off to Gobert. McDaniels onto the corner. Edwards sets his feet. Wet.
Now for LA.
Inserted and discombobulated and disconnected.
I think Chris Finch wanted Rudy Gobert to get out there and just force the.
Found his groove at the right time. So did this guy, Naz Reid. Jay, I asked you, what has happened to the prolific?
Now I think the Lakers have been shell-shocked from the second quarter on. I mean, they got outstanding run.
Edwards with the extra pass. Reid could work. Finney Smith. Shot clock into the corner. Gabe Vincent from deep. A little bit strong matchup for Ant-Man. Raises up inside, and it comes up.
See Anthony Edwards miss that many of those.
He called for the trill. It is. Reeves knocks down Vincenzo, Connolly, Randall, Naz Reid, and Alexander Randall. What do you make of his play today so far, Julius Randall?
I think he's been really smart.
He walked with it that time, a rare turnover. You're saying at least Chris Finch is up and able. Got by DiVincenzo.
And right now, Minnesota has to be resolute on the offense.
Puts his shoulder down, put his head down.
Lakers, you have to be good on offense.
DiVincenzo inside, got it to Fugoa. Minnesota with numbers. Alexander Walker pulls. What a team. Really finding his way in the second half of the season.
But Doncic is just so strong.
To Conley. Conley with the float game.
And Austin Reeves went for another shot fake.
Got an easy one game. There's a 10-second difference between the shot and game clock. DiVincenzo wrestled away to Minnesota. Just it. DiVincenzo pulls. Alexander Walker. There's an average of over 17 years of NBA experience. Has to work expeditiously and
The playoffs, like I don't, our physicality, our effort. It's not. There's nothing schematically they're doing that's exploiting us.
knocks down the three to start the fourth and final quarter. Randall inside for the Timberwolves. Randall going to do a little bit more head. James with the cut inside, jump hook, rolls home. Looks like Anthony Edwards is at the scorer's table, and we'll check back into the facing those doubles. And with pristine pull.
Not been in the locker room for the last I don't know how many minutes.
The layup inside. The lead is down to 12.
For Doncic, it looked like it was going to be a little cross screen and then down screen.
Now spins back out to a wide open Randall. Cash out.
Multiple defenders and then finding the open man for another standstill.
Vanderbilt faked the hand back. Taking it the other end. They didn't see him. Vincent pulls it. Vando
Into what looked like a flex.
Edwards flashed into the 4 on the shot clock. Got to get busy. Contested 3.
LeBron James to block it.
He's got 3 today. Luke Doncic has 37 in the game. Defense, and now Luka makes the catch. The step back mid, he's going to be short. Gets it back, pulls the 3, and it's
over Doncic, but instead gave it to a teammate and got it back. Every defense thrown at him.
Lost the handle, got it back. He's a seamless fit right now with this Timberwolves team. James drives the closeout.
They brought 2 to Doncic and then were able to swing it.
McDaniels attacks it, got the.
But that wasn't the case, and I don't think J.J. Redick wants to play that zone when Dante.
12:30 Eastern with the NBA countdown. The lack of playoff experience, we'll find out. Reeves with a move. Stares down Finney-Smith off the wide action. It's even had it knocked away. Couple fakes. 1. DiVincenzo missed a bunch of games earlier this year with a foot injury. And a special steel plate in the bottom of his shoe to make sure that he could. And directing traffic. Off the dribble 3 is short. Skip pass. Reeves tried. Ruiz Edwards with the tween. Over to Reed. Catch and shoot 3 on the way.
As Reed from three-point line has 23 points.
Austin Reed come back in. Edwards with the sidestep. Lefty. McDaniels almost had a steal. Hachimura had it blocked. Wow, and a little room service off the careless pass. Defenders end up 2 of the top prospects in the draft. LeBron off the screen. They get Edwards off the ball temporarily. Edwards playing with his food. Pulls the 3 and it's off. Doncic threw it up, tipped up. Randall isolated against Reeves. Good catch by McDaniels. Little sidestep, little after.
25 points now, 11 of 13 from the field.
He's done a lot of the defensive handiwork on Doncic, even though Luka scored. You can see the tangible frustration etched on the faces of both.
Anthony Edwards was shooting a bunch of step backs.
DiVincenzo at 7 p.m. Eastern time, followed by Warriors-Rockets at 9:30. Well, the reigning champs ready to get back. Harold, you look at Franz Wagner, and they really struggle at that end of the floor a lot of times. As
Cramp in the second half, but he wasn't alone. Bounce and guarding Luka Doncic for a good part of this game.
Defense is usually very impregnable, but the Anthony Edwards text that George Sedano reported on early, Timberwolves, that it was Ant saying, guys, it may not be this thing. It's going to be Jaden doing his thing. It might be a Rudy.
Defensively. And for Minnesota, who only finished 1 game, 17-4. And when healthy, they've been in the Knicks in October. And
it's not going to be working out here in game 1 against the Los Angeles Lakers. Alex Len in this game.
Yeah, in large part because of Naz Reid.
Usual for the Timberwolves in this Anthony Edwards era. Game 7 coming back from down 20. Connect from deep. Connect.
Basketball game.
Minnesota takes game 1. They say